this.
Like you're saying?
So I was saying that I was
Wait.
like, he's Stefan's uncle.
Your brother.
Stefan's
No.
uncle.
He's our uncle, but not
Not
her brother.
our. Your uncle. Her brother.
Our uncle.
Well,
but
he
not-
could be your uncle too, because he's in prison right now and he's a criminal.
Yeah, acts very much like you. I think I see the resemblance.
So instead of going to court, I decided why not take an adventure and do something I've never done before in my life. And I thought to myself, why not go to the shops? So I was going to go to his court hearing, but I was like, why would I entertain a thief? So I'm going to go to the shop across the road.
But you entertain Margaret every single day.
Behave, Stefan.
Please
I'll try.
do.
Mom is not going because she doesn't have something. So she needs to go to the shop and get it. What
You're
you
so annoying.
I'm annoying.
And then the worst thing happened. The power goes as she leaves. Darkness came upon us. I don't know what happened.
Bam! For the first time in my life, I had to shed the load. I was hit with a blackout. ESCOM striked back.
What? Stefan, where are you going?
So we locked here, and to make it worse, I was stuck in a room with Margaret, and she refused to speak to me. So I became the better man and started to have a conversation with her. And I
wait.
don't want to be talking to you, so
Did the electricity just go? We don't have power outages here. What is happening?
I'm going to go onto my laptop and just, Google it,
I can't believe this. And Mom
loading.
just left.
It's still loading.
Of course it's gonna load. There is no power. So dumb.
The worst thing has just happened. I have this weird exclamation mark where my Wi-Fi is supposed to be.
There is no power.
What do we do? We have to...
What do you mean, what do we do? You do your own thing, I do mine. Please.
Margaret,
What?
I'm bored.
So? We don't usually conversate. Why is he talking to me? I feel so... I don't know.
Margaret,
What?
you know we have an uncle.
I do now. I feel like every single nail on my finger is being pulled out when he speaks to me. It's disturbing. I just cannot.
He's a very cool guy. Don't tell Mom though, I'm not supposed to like him.
You're not supposed to like him.
Yes. Very, very cool guy. We had this weird handshake where we would, I don't even know how the handshake goes. And this one time, we had to go save him from a bully at my school. Definitely his bully, not mine.
And the point is?
It's called talking. He said I should talk.
Well,
This
not
is
to
why
me. We don't usually talk to each other. So I don't know why you're talking to me.
I tried to talk to my laptop, but the Wi-Fi is dead.
So?
Never mind. Margaret,
What?
you know I like Batman.
You look like him.
Greatest thing ever. I think this is like one of the greatest events ever. This is like, Iron Man saying, I am Iron Man. And the guy from Die Hard says they don't call me Die Hard for nothing. And then Margaret calling me Batman. Thank you. That's the first compliment you've ever gave me.
I'm not as mean as you are.
That's debatable.
I don't know. I don't really care. He's wearing black. He looks like Batman. Whatever.
Yeah, debatable. I knew that I was a hero. I'm everyone's hero. Like, I can see the resemblance. Look at the jaw. The resemblance. Margaret?
Stefan.
Margaret?
Stefan.
No, you're supposed to say what? Margaret?
What?
Thank you.
Stefan.
Margaret?
What?
Thank you. We are bonding. I can feel my presence vibing with her presence. We are actually communicating on a molecular level. And I was happy because, she's normally mean to me. There was this person at school. Her name was Stacy.
Her. You speak to girls?
No, hey. You thought you were the only girl I speak to. Please.
Yeah, you're not so much conversational.
No, you don't count. You're an alien. Mom told me, showed me your birth certificates from Mars. Yeah, there was this person, Stacy. Very awesome person. By default, we liked each other, just by default. Because I'm the most popular guy at school. She's the most popular girl at school. So by default, we have to like each other.
There's this girl called Stacy. I don't know who she is. Apparently, she goes to Stefan's school. And he tells me that they should like each other because they're both popular, which I find it very hard to believe. Who would want to talk to Stefan out of all people? Now, what about her do you want to tell me? Just that you like each other? And you want me to help you with that?
Yes, you are a female. I don't know. Maybe I should Google what is a female, because no internet. I tried.
What did you do?
I walked up to her.
Yeah.
And I looked at her in the eyes.
Yeah.
Like this, right? And then I told her, hey. She said, hi. And I said, how are you? She's like, I'm fine, and you? Then I was like, you're the most popular girl at school. I'm the most popular guy at school. So do you want to go for breakfast?
And she said?
No. Margaret, what are you doing?
I'm laughing at you.
Stop.
Why?
You don't laugh.
Why?
No.
Why?
No, I've never seen that. What is that?
It's laughter.
Oh my word, that is scary. You should stop doing that.
You were rejected. The funniest thing happened. She rejected him. I burst out in laughter. I was literally crying. I couldn't hold myself anymore.
And she did this weird thing called a laugh. I've never seen Susan laugh. It was very scary, but heartwarming. No, I was postponed. I wasn't rejected. It's called being postponed. So what they do is they say no now so that you can ask them later so that they can say yes because they're busy right now. So they're postponing their answer.
No, you were
Which means
rejected.
that it's not yes now, it's yes later.
No, you were rejected.
So are you going to tell me I'm rejected or are you going to help me? What should I say? She's like, I said something wrong, but I told her the facts.
Did you ask her why?
She said, I said something wrong, but I told her the facts. I told her, you're the most popular person at school. I'm the most popular person at school. Therefore, we have to be the most popular people together.
And that makes sense to you because you're both popular?
Exactly. Finally, Margaret, you gained IQ points. High five.
No, that's not how the world works.
So how does the world work?
I don't know. You should ask your mother. She knows everything.
She does. Wow, 2 for 2. Margaret, you're on a roll.
Can the electricity come back now?
Growing number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, from the shadow to the sun rays, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on.
Enter Tabo into the office.
This office, which is the stage, I thought it was an office. I even moved my chair in the last session, and the next thing she's talking to the wall, so it must be a stage. You know what I'm saying?
I don't see anyone, Pastor Gavin. I think it's an office.
Talk,
Oh, she's looking there. Even now she's looking there.
talk to. I'm looking at the wall.
Okay.
Talk to us, Tabo.
So
Just excuse me, I'm going to look at the wall.
So I'm single, by choice, by choice. But I have a couple of questions there to ask.
Support Manchester City, probably haven't seen it for a
No sport.
Oh,
No sport. Carry on, Tabo. Carry on.
okay. As our first question, so in our church we have a lot of stories about how the men pursued the woman, how the greats did it and how they did it successfully. So now, when that time comes, whenever that time may be, what's the best way to go about the pursuit without breaking any boundaries? Like, what's the best way to do it? Because Hollywood tells us, WhatsApp, Instagram DMs, after 10, So, yeah, so,
What you wearing at 3 a.m.?
oh, no. Yeah, so I wanted to just find out.
Okay, so you can start.
So, yeah.
So how do you pursue without breaking boundaries?
Yeah.
All right. Once upon a time, back in 1991, someone, 1990, actually it was still 1990, someone that is next to me who shall remain nameless, went with me to a sporting event
Amen.
called cricket at the Wanderers Cricket Stadium. No, she went after marriage as well. She's lying now. She mustn't stick her tongue out here. She's lying. All right? And she watched the World Cup rugby when we beat
Why are you talking
England.
to the wall?
But I don't know, because I'm following you. But a discussion ensued because some water was falling out of the sky. Let me just put it that way. And
So we went to the group of
no.
friends.
We
We weren't just the two of
No,
us.
it wasn't just the two of us. But water's falling out of the sky. And so she said, so I said it's raining. She said it's not raining, it's drizzling. So I said, drizzle is a type of rain. You get a hard rain, you get a drizzle, you get a medium, drizzle is soft rain.
Yeah.
So that was pursuing.
It was flirting.
Oh,
Pursuing, yes.
Oh, you hadn't met yet.
No, we'd met,
Yeah.
but we weren't dating.
Okay.
We were just all in a big group at a sporting event.
Okay.
So,
Innocent flirting.
no, it was
Maybe
about
for
rain.
you guys, flirting's on another. Yeah, but you know when you talk.
So then we took a bet and we said the one who loses must bring a sucker. So then we went to, I go to the carol service. So she gave me the sucker. So I said, ain't you the sucker?
Won.
I won. Okay, sorry. If we had people here, we'd do a vote.
Tabo's question.
So the thing is, no, but what I'm saying is, it's having those sorts of conversations where you get to know. Because obviously, as the guy, first of all, she's got to be interested as well. So there needs to be, when the girl's interested. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah.
And too many times, and this is what I'm afraid of in terms of your question, too many times, guys these days, they make up in their mind that the girl's interested when she's not. You have no idea how many times, even I've seen guys that are cross with me because they've made up in their minds that this girl is interested. Then I will ask them, is she interested? And it's always a nerve-wracking question. And she's not always interested. So I'm not 100% sure what went wrong. But when I was like at that type of an age, you generally knew if the girl was interested or not. If, for example, you said to the girl, I like you, and she said, no, I like you as a friend, you knew. This chick ain't interested. Nowadays, I think the term they use is friend zone.
Friend zone.
So if she's friend zoning you, get the hell out of there. Just get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
But then the next time we argued was at the rag. We went to Wits Rag, also in a big group. And I can't remember what we argued about something there as well. All right? So I knew she liked me because she fought with me. She would say, listen, and things like that. So the thing is, at the end of the day, now when you pursue, would you like to go to movies? Treat her like a lady. Treat her like she's someone special. Treat her like she's a queen. Treat her like you'd expect someone to treat your mother. Because if she becomes your wife, she's going to be someone's mother.
Yeah.
How would you want your kids to know you treated their mother? Would you be embarrassed if your children found out about how you treated their mother? And so if you start thinking from that perspective when you're pursuing her, would my kids be okay with this, with what I'm doing right now? You're probably going to be okay. Because if you think about your father and how he pursued your mother, and if he pursued your mother the way you're pursuing this girl, and you wouldn't be happy with your father, maybe you'd want to hit him, then maybe you shouldn't be doing it with this girl. Because at the end of the day, what do you think happened when your father and your mother first met? Somewhere there was a pursuit, right?
Yeah.
Now you don't think there was a pursuit because they're just your parents, because they were always there. They would have had to have been for you to be their child. But what you need to realize, once upon a time in history, may have been way back as far as you're concerned, but they were your age, and he pursued her. So you just think, I'm going to have children one day, and if she turns out to be the mother of my children, how would I feel if they knew about what I was doing with their mother?
Question number 2.
The wall is applauding me.
The wall likes you.
And so, number 2, so this is after the pursuit. So, as a man, does it make sense to start dating before you have a stable source of income?
It's a very good question.
Okay, wait. Just what? Today, that's not such an easy question to answer. And it depends on the situation. In many instances, the girl likes a guy that's never going to work. That's just sitting, watching Manchester City all the time. And as long as he watches Manchester City, that relationship's not going anywhere. You know, he needs to get a job and watch Manchester United, if you know what I'm saying. All right? And if he hasn't got a job and he can't get a job, he must start doing something entrepreneurial. So, in terms of girls here, for example, if the guy can't get a job, he should come do a year of his life at the church. You go find somewhere to work for free until you're good enough at it that someone will pay you to do that thing. Because if the guy's just sitting on his backside doing nothing, he's not ready for a relationship. And that girl, soon enough, it might take a few years, she's going to hate his guts anyway. All right? Now, obviously, on other occasions, a guy could be right now studying to be a pastor. And he doesn't have an income. Yeah. But someone like myself will see, now he's mature enough for a relationship. There are even times, I remember with John Maxwell listening to him the once, when they first got married, his wife was the main breadwinner so that he could do the ministry because he was posted to a church that was too small to be able to pay him a wage that they could live on. So in an instance like that, I would say yes. Because it's actually about the calling. It's not that he's doing nothing. It's actually about the calling. I just want to say there's someone that we knew that lost their husband. And then later on what happened was that they met someone else we knew. And when I'm talking, you might remember who it was. And we still thought, gee, that's good, you know, because she'd lost her husband and stuff. But anyway, then they got married. Fantastic, awesome. God's going to restore her. It was about a month after they got married, he resigned from his job and started sitting at home. So the girl needs to watch out. And obviously, eventually, she divorced him. And I'm not 100% sure we could even argue with that. I mean, we should argue with a divorce, but it's very hard. Because, I mean, he was just sponging off her. And so the guy mustn't be a sponge. And many guys are sponges. So it depends. You sometimes would find us giving a different answer in those circumstances. But, yeah, it is a very big deal because at the end of the day, when you get married, the amount of money coming into the bank account has a huge bearing on, you know, how much you're going to stay together type of thing.
Yeah, I'll give you one advice for girls. If a guy doesn't work from 8 to 5, don't marry him. If a guy doesn't work from 8 to 5, don't marry him. If a guy does not work from 8 to 5, don't marry him. And if he doesn't have a job and he's not prepared to volunteer somewhere for free from 8 to 5, don't marry him. I have a friend who was executive in a bank. You can laugh. And one day you will go, she was right, because it's biblical advice. Pastor Bert at 3C says exactly the same. If you cannot get a job, go and work somewhere. Get up in the morning, put on a suit, go and work, and come home at 5, and God will bless you in your life. He will open up doors because of you building your character through faithfulness and self-control. Don't marry a man who's in bed at 9 and 10 and 11. I have a friend who was very high executive at the bank. Her husband lost his job. And so he became a house husband. She had children. But he was often talking with the guys. For years, he didn't have a job. He was going to strip clubs. He was into porn. He was into stuff that you should not be into. Now, you probably, many of you sitting here are already into that stuff. I'm not condemning you. I'm saying get to the Lord and allow the blood of Jesus to redeem you from that stuff, because it will destroy you. I spoke earlier about don't open doors, because it's so hard to open doors and close them again. Once the devil gets a foothold, he's not going to let you close the door. It's only through the blood of Jesus you will close the door. But if you are a fool, marry a man who's sitting at home while you're working, and he'll sleep with every girl around because he's idle. And the Bible already warns about idleness. Do you hear me? Okay, I think we've answered that question.
Just one correction there. I wasn't working 8 to 5, I worked shifts.
Okay. But he worked 8 hours in those shifts.
Yeah, I couldn't wait to get off those shifts. It was easier to work 8 to 5.
Okay, the next one is to Pastor Vix. So when you got to know Pastor Gavin, what were some of the qualities that, that reinforced how did he win you? Yeah.
He was godly. He was hardworking. I didn't know this, but he actually had worked and saved to buy a stand that he was paying off. And he sold that so that we could then buy a property, obviously with a bond, nothing, but he showed entrepreneurial skill, saving skill. He was working, wasn't slobbering around. He was faithful. I told you in 1991 when I said to him, let's not go to youth, his answer was no. We go to youth. He was faithful in the ministry, in church. He loved God. He loved the church. The fervency he had for the church now, he had then. He did not do dad jokes because we weren't married. Had I known the dad jokes, we may not have gotten married.
Okay. No. This.
I'm not finished.
No. My jokes became dad jokes when she got familiar with me.
Oh.
Because a dad joke, and I've said this before, a dad joke is a joke that everyone laughs at except your wife and your kids.
True. Okay, so...
Everyone else says, ha! And they go, oh, dad
And
joke.
I'll add one more. My family and my parents loved him, highly approved of him.
And I loved them.
And that was the biggest sign
They took
that
me to
my
a Greek wedding.
parents...
They were breaking plates. I thought, I'm in heaven.
Next question, Thabo.
Our next question is vice versa. Yeah. So Pastor Gavin, what qualities did you see?
Well, the first one is that breaking plates thing. We went to this wedding in Pretoria.
No, you've got 5 minutes.
We went, this is my story. We went to this wedding in Pretoria, and they were breaking plates. Sometimes the guys, like these Greek weddings, they took a pile of plates like this. And then there's one guy who was drunk, and he throws the plate, and it bounces up. So I didn't know this, but in the Greek culture, if that happens at the wedding, you pick the plate up and you break it on your head. So I watched this plate, it bounced up about this side, didn't break, so he picks it up, and he walks, but you're still like, So I thought that was the best thing. And I liked her family. Also, she told the truth. Obviously, once we're married, I thought she told the truth too much. I thought sometimes she can withhold the truth a bit, you know what I'm saying? She still tells the truth too much sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So she could just back it off a little bit. But the biggest thing for me, I knew she was crazy about me. Okay? And I knew she would follow me. If a girl won't follow you, get out. If you're a guy and a girl won't follow you, get out. You're in for hell. Or the high jump, or whatever you want to call it. Right. But, although she would follow me, she was strong. Which means she wouldn't follow anyone else. Especially other men. That's another big deal. So she should follow you and not other men. If she'll follow other men and not you, get out. And
Okay. Yeah.
she was still hot back then.
Does
Okay.
that answer your questions? Have you got one more?
Yeah. I have one more.
Sorry, she was godly. I didn't believe there was such a thing as a decent girl anymore. She proved my theory wrong.
That's the one. That's the one. Yeah. So the last one is also to Pastor Vicky.
That was lucky. I
Okay.
scored you.
So Pastor Vix, there's stories of obviously you going to watch sport with Pastor Gav. So what if she doesn't do the same for me? Is that a sign?
Just say that again. If a girl doesn't do that.
Yeah.
I don't watch much sport with Gavin now. It's you know when
It's a sore point.
Okay.
I have
Gosh.
to watch chick flicks to keep them in the lounge. Her and the two daughters. Otherwise, I'm on my own.
We all have different interests. But when you love someone, there's got to be it's such a hard question.
The Lions are winning the rugby. Oh, that's nice, sweetie. Because just celebrate on your own.
When we were young and we were dating, I did a lot of that with him. And then as life got busier and children, blah, blah, then we'd often go to family and he would do that, or he would watch on his own while I was busy. I'm not particularly a sports person. I never have been. But like when the World Cup soccer came, we all watched that.
In 2010, there was
My answer's terrible.
Yeah, in 2010, there was a player named David Villa.
Oh, he was nice.
You see, I say that about her. She says that about David Villa.
Yeah, no, but do laugh together. So he says I knit. I've never knitted a thing in my whole life. But
She's
the point
lying.
is,
She does.
I haven't. But the point
Chicks
is,
love knitting.
ask my daughters, okay? But just do whatever you do together. So the point is, if he's watching sport and I'm sitting in the lounge doing my own thing, just do life together. It's important that you talk and you do life together.
I'm watching sport. She's on Instagram.
Tabo, you should have left that
I
last
want to tell you one last thing. Many years ago, when obviously Twitter and all of that was new, she got a BlackBerry. So all you would see, she'd be sitting on Twitter, or in those days it was what? BBM. Okay? BlackBerry Messenger. And so I used to say, no, you guys, you're on those phones so much, and then there's like a blue light on your face. So you become like a Smurf, and you get a surf blue suntan from the blue screen.
Okay. On that note, let's give Tabo a big cheer. Thank you, Tabo.
Thank you.
You can go. We're going to...